Hello, I'm Edward Tarte, once a Catholic priest for 5 years in the 1960s, now an atheist, which simply means I find no credible evidence for the existence of any God. This is the second video in which I describe an email dialogue that I have been having with a local Catholic priest, Father TJ. Here is a picture of him taken from a YouTube video made by his church. In this video, I will present two lines of thought in our dialogue. First, Father TJ told me that in order to have left the priesthood, I must have suffered one or more terrible experiences as a priest. I replied, and I paraphrase, "No, nothing of the sort happened. Here is what actually happened. About 2.5 years into my priesthood, I attended a 4-day retreat for priests at St. Gregory's Benedictine Monastery in Shawnee, Oklahoma. At that retreat, I heard talks by two Catholics, a priest and a college professor. We priests at the retreat had discussions based on those talks. Those talks and discussions stimulated my brain and got me thinking critically and skeptically about Catholic teachings and practices. This led gradually to my firm decision that the Catholic religion does not make sense, and so 5 years into my priesthood, I left the priesthood and the Catholic Church. It is very ironic that the stimulus to my brain occurred in a solidly Catholic environment, a monastery inhabited by priest monks. There is further irony in the fact that I had lived in that very monastery throughout the school year preceding my entrance into St. Mary's Seminary to study for the priesthood. So that is one thread in my email dialogue with Father TJ. Here now is one more thread. I told him that I do not believe in any God nor in any afterlife. I do not believe in a heaven or a hell. Yet the Catholic Church and other Christian and non-Christian religions say that I am going to hell. Father TJ said to me, "Even though other believers think you will wind up in hell, I don't share that thought. I still think there is hope for you. I believe that you were changed forever when you were baptized and then made a priest forever. Those two things won't change in the afterlife, and God will remember you and the promises He made to you. Our God is a lot more merciful than how you seem to experience religion." Unquote. However, in a more recent email, the latest email that I have received from Father TJ, his tone seems to have changed somewhat. He says to me, "You are one of God's children living in Kingwood, so by definition, you are one of the sheep in my care. I can't bear the thought of any of my sheep ending up in hell, but if that is really what you want, I'll respect your wishes and leave you alone." Unquote. So I have told Father TJ in clear language that I do not believe in any God nor any afterlife, including hell, yet he tells me it appears to him that I may really want to go to hell. Nothing that I have ever said to him or to anybody can support the inference that I want to go to hell. That is one point. My final point for now is the metaphor about sheep, a metaphor that comes from the Bible. I fully understand Father TJ's attitude that I am a sheep in his care. When I was a priest at St. Michael's Church in Houston, Texas, I had exactly the same attitude toward all people, Catholics and non-Catholics, who lived in my parish. But I must say that now I find it very ludicrous to think of myself as a sheep under the care of Father TJ. We see sheep as animals that do not do a lot of thinking, animals that follow a leader just because the leader is leading them. That quality emphatically does not apply to me. It did once long ago when I was a believer, but not anymore. It is perhaps a harsh thing to say, and believers may not like to hear this, but there is some truth in that sheep metaphor with respect to religious believers, including the Catholics in my community who go to Father TJ's church. And Father TJ himself, along with other Catholic priests, can be compared to a sheep as he follows the teachings and practices of his Catholic Church. To understand better the point that I'm making, please watch my Human Faith Chain video. In a forthcoming video, I plan to say more about my dialogue with Father TJ. To all of you, thank you for watching this video.